Welcome to this edition of Channel 97 News.
We come to you today from Mrs. Hodges' room, and here's a look at just some of the stories you will see on today's show.
We take a look at how area schools have addressed the topic of school safety.
We visit with 4 OHS teachers who have quite a bit in common.
We check out 2 OHS music groups that performed at the recent Music Educators State Festival.
And we have the story of one athlete who is back on the ice for the OHS hockey team.
We'll have all that and much more on today's edition of Channel 97 News.
And it all starts now.
Welcome back to Eyes on the Tigers, Channel 97 News. I'm Daniel Carter.
And I'm Maddie Elking. Our first story takes a look at recent changes in school security.
On December 14, 2012, 26 people were killed in a school shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School. In the wake of this tragedy, schools have been taking a look at safety regulations.
All the doors are locked in the morning except for 3. Then once school starts, everything is locked, including the front door, and then we have a buzzer system where people have to buzz in.
Oakville High School may I help you.
I'm here to pick up my daughter, Leanne Schreier.
Okay, come on into the main office.
We ask them what their purpose is here, who they are, who their student is, and then we buzz them in and make that determination.
But how has this been affecting everyone here at OHS?
My location has changed somewhat. I like to I'm still able to roam around, kind of be where people aren't expected. But at high traffic times, usually in the front, kind of by the commons for the time being.
I think we're going to have to adjust a little bit to having everything we need with us for the rest of the building to know that that is where we are. So if students are needed during the class time, they know that they can either come and get us or hopefully use our cell phones to locate students.
Across the Merrimack at Fox High, the administrators are also implementing changes.
We have always had locked doors here at Fox. However, it gets lax, as you would imagine, and it necessitates for doors to be wedged open or kept open, and we have shifted that to no doors being unlocked. And we're moving to eventually a buzzer system with cameras.
Not far away, Lindbergh High School is also adjusting to new security measures.
Probably the biggest thing that we've done is that we have added locking classroom doors, or we're going to be, we haven't yet, we are going to be adding locking classroom doors to all of our high school and middle school classrooms.
With photographer Jake Morhard, I'm Jacob King for Channel 97 News.
For the 5th straight year, All Night Grad will be held at a new location. Austin Baumgartner and Connor Sandvoss have the story.
Seniors, are you ready for a night of success, fulfillment, and adventure? Because All Night Grad will be legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Unlike the last few years at Kennedy, the class of 2013 will be celebrating their graduation somewhere a little more lively.
Money situation, how much money that we actually had made so far, what we projected we would be able to make. City Museum was economically the best choice. Just hurry up and get your tickets.
After attaining this information, I decided to go check this place out for myself.
Well, let's see. You'll have access to everything. We will need to close the outside down between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. Usually our sleeping areas are in the architecture hall and in the vault room. If they leave the event, or if you leave the event, you wouldn't be permitted to re-enter. But our cafe sandwiches provides both a pizza buffet dinner and then a breakfast buffet in the morning. We ask that you not run anywhere other than in the skateless park. There are a lot of kind of unexpected twists and turns and corners and things that kind of drop down out of the ceiling here, so we want everybody to kind of make their way through slowly so that they can do that safely as well.
I'd really like to get hypnotized. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I just want to have a lot of fun with my friends.
I'd like to get stuck in one of the tunnels there. Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
I want to help them get out of the tunnel.
With Connor Sandvoss rolling the reel, I'm investigative reporter Austin Baumgartner signing out for Channel 97 News.
OHS was one of just 2 schools in the state to have 2 different groups perform at the recent State Music Festival. Adam Rowland has more on this amazing accomplishment.
While most OHS students were relaxing over their 4-day weekend in January, 2 groups were here at Oakville hard at work. The Oakville Wind Symphony and Women's Chorale were selected to play at the Missouri Music Educators Association Conference on January 24th at Tantera Resort in Lake of the Ozarks.
It's a huge honor to be selected. This conference is every year. Typically, there's a 4-year rotation so we last performed in 2009. 2013 is the next time we are eligible to submit tapes. Well, groups that played in 2010 are eligible in 2014 to submit the tapes. But this being the 75th anniversary, the state of Missouri, they waived that 4-year rotation, and they said anybody can submit a tape. All that means is we're one of the top 5 best groups that submitted to state.
In preparation for this event, each group had tune-up concerts. Choir on the 18th with the University of Mizzou Choir, and the band on the 22nd, where they performed with Rockwood Summit South Middle School. Both groups played in front of hundreds of music educators from all over the state of Missouri, and each group was very pleased with their performance.
Before I got there, it was a really small kind of thing, you know. But when I got there, I was like, wow, this is a lot bigger than I expected it to be. And overall, it was really nice because the applause was overwhelming, and it was nice overall. I liked it.
Just the fact that this was my second time to be able to have that amazing experience was like overwhelming, and just all the hard work we put in, and like we did a bunch of like 5-hour practices, was totally paid off in the concert. Like it's the greatest feeling ever.
Congratulations to all the students who performed. With Mikey Bellinger, I'm Adam Rowland for Channel 97 News.
Here's a story about 4 OHS teachers who are due to make some news in the near future. And it might not be what you're expecting. Here's Maddie with more.
Teaching is a challenging profession. For some, it's more challenging than others. This group of 4 teachers falls into that category. Science teacher Lauren Bennett, English teacher Annie Hodges, FACS teacher Kelly Kellerman, and social studies Amy Marriott. They are all expectant mothers.
It was a little different, especially trying to keep it from my students was a little bit different because I found out pretty much at the very beginning of the school year.
When you're pregnant, you get really tired much more easily, and I'm a very effervescent, active teacher, so sometimes that's a little difficult to just get the extra energy. During lectures is sometimes the baby, she'll kick my diaphragm, so all of a sudden during a lecture I have to stop mid-sentence and I go I gasp, and my students are like, are you okay? Are you going into labor? And it's like, no, I just can't breathe. It's okay.
Nausea kind of interferes, especially when you haven't told your students yet. So if you get struck of nausea, you kind of just gotta sneak. Luckily, I have a storeroom with a sink, so we just try to sneak around, sneak through the door if you're feeling sick. But I haven't really had a horrible attack.
I'm a little bit more uncomfortable throughout the day. Go to the bathroom a lot more often. Fortunately, it's very close to my room. But I don't know, it's funny, I'll be up teaching and walking around and I'll feel the baby moving and kicking, and sometimes my students see my belly rolling, and it's just kind of a fun thing. Some of them get grossed out, but it's okay.
With photographer Maddie O'Brien, I'm Maddie Elking with Channel 97 News. The OHS hockey team opens playoffs this weekend. Here's a story about one player who has given the team a big boost.
If you've been to an Oakville hockey game, you know firsthand the excitement that fills the air. But one Oakville hockey player's return to the ice isn't just exciting, it's a blessing.
It's great to be back. Good to be out there with the guys, playing some games and getting ready for playoffs. I got mono the 26th of October. Missed most of the season because with mono you get in a large spleen sometimes, so I couldn't play because if I got hit, could have been like a severe internal bleeding or something. So I was out for about 2.5 months because of the spleen, and it's finally back down to being normal.
Cameron's father explained how greatly Cam's illness affected him.
He was really sick. He lost about 8 to 10 pounds of weight. He couldn't come back for a while because he had an enlarged spleen, which means his spleen is basically oversized. And then if he gets hit in the spleen, anywhere in the area of the spleen, he could bleed out and potentially die.
Got in a car accident. We got hit by a semi, which luckily that wasn't anything worse than a few scratches or anything. Comes out, my spleen was fine. I got really lucky with that. So
hopefully push forward to a state championship this year.
Hopefully we go far with the playoffs and everything goes well.
For Channel 97 News, I'm Daniel Carter with photographer Holly Dinkins. Good luck in the playoffs, Tigers. We go to the basketball court for this week's Teacher-Student Challenge. Here's Mikey Bellinger.
Most of you know Coach Sturm as a gym teacher, but what you may not know is that Coach Sturm has some unique abilities.
Outside the rear, she goes for the three. He cans it. It's probably a good play to slow it down though. Rich goes for another three. He's hot. Slow down though. Rich goes for another three. He's hot. She goes for three. It's good.
Coach Sturm is a phenomenal basketball player, and he still holds the state record to this day of most three-point shots made in a game without a miss. He made that record 25 years ago. Now let's see if the leading scorer on the varsity basketball team, Irvin Cyrilek, can shoot down his glory. So as you can see, Coach Sturm still holds that state record. With photographers Jacob King, Olivia Mates, and Adam Rowland, I'm Mikey Bellinger. Time to bounce my way on out of this Teacher-Student Challenge. I should have faced Sturm myself. Maybe not.
Rich goes for another three. He's hot. Hit another.
Well, that wraps up this edition of Channel 97 News.
We would like to take this opportunity to offer our condolences to the family and friends of one of our own, Angelique Bardley. Angelique lost her battle with cancer on January 21st. Angelique was a member of the Channel 97 News broadcast staff and was looking forward to attending St. Louis University. We will have a special story on Angelique on our next broadcast, February 13th. Thanks for watching today's show. I'm Daniel Carter.
And I'm Maddie Elking. Remember, Oakville, keep your eyes on the Tigers.